Welcome, Karibu. Peace and blessings if you're listening. I appreciate you. Well, there's so much going on, but just want to take a minute to show my appreciation to this monumental event that recently took place in hip hop. So definitely wanted to give them roses immediately. Before we even get into it, let me give a shout out to Swiss and Timberland just for creating the platform for the legends to showcase the culture so brilliantly. Now, the event that we are here in question about is the Versus Lox and Dip-Set, and it did not disappoint. All right, I'm late, so I'm gonna get right to it. As you can see, I'm in war mode. That's what you gotta be in for the Lox Dip-Set. So, I'm ready. I'm focused. So let's get into it. Let's start with the stage. They went all out with this one. I gotta give a shout out to Battle Rap. Definitely in the last few years have been holding the culture down and showing innovative ways to market the culture and showcase the lyrical aspect of the culture. So definitely, I see just from how it's set up, the homage they paying to the battle rap culture, which is definitely due. The DJ that set it off, DJ Tech, got the party going. Great job. Smashed it. Great song selection. Great mixing. Everything top notch. So it was a nice groove. You know what I mean? The stage was nice. You could see 360 degrees. So there's good angles at them going at it. You could see from various viewpoints, and everything was cool. And then this happened. Now, if you into boxing, you know how important the person who announces the fight is. I mean, it doesn't make or break the fight, but it's a pivotal part in every single fight. You have this person. He announces the fight, announces the fighters, kind of gets everything started. The fight is about to happen once he makes his announcement. And Michael Buffer, this guy is one of the best ever in the history of boxing announcers. You ever heard that phrase, let's get ready to rumble? That's him. He patented that. Every time you hear it, he gets paid. That's that guy. And he speaks impeccable English, very straight, proper, be the equivalent to Obama. That's the closest I've seen who naturally speaks with the eloquence of Michael Buffer. So they got Michael Buffer, this guy, to announce for the Lox and Dip-Set. So what that means is that Michael Buffer would have to say the names of all the members of the Lox and Dip-Set. And he did. Oh my goodness. That was amazing to see Michael Buffer say Jadakiss, Chic Luch, and Styles P. Jim Jones, Jules Santana, Camera. It was epic. Epic. Nothing less. So it was already, regardless of how good it was, this moment right here was pivotal for me to see this. It was crazy because I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of boxing, I'm a fan of hip hop. So to see them come together on this magnitude, to this magnitude, was just so amazing. So Michael Buffer does his thing, and then the Lox come out. Lox come out, Dip-Set come out, they agree, and the Lox set it off, and you could see from the start that they was in full battle mode. And if you're familiar with the Lox, you know their history. You know, they came up right in that era, the tail end of that era when battling was, it was kind of an essential skill set you needed to even be considered as a top tier MC back then. So you had to battle, and a lot if you wanted to get to a certain level. And the Lox definitely, you know, were in that caliber of group, one of the best for a long time. And you know, from the you could see in their, even the pre-game routine before the official verses even started, how they were, you know, athletes. So when we train to look at these things, you know, the game doesn't start when you start playing, when the ref blows the whistle. It starts before that. The minute you step off the bus, the minute you wake up in the morning. So you got to pay attention to all those things and reading their body language and all that. Before it was, you know, it was different. It was like they were professional athletes, praying the same way. Jada was standing up straight, attention, you know. Michael Buffer was almost like announcing the Star Spangled Banner. He was ready to salute it and get it going. Because, you know, in sports, once that they play the national anthem, after that, it's time to get it in, put that work in. So that's the mode that I could see they approach this with. And you could see it in the preparation. And, you know, they went in. Went back and forth for a minute. And then, so they went back and forth for a minute. Dip-Set, Lox, Dip-Set, Lox, and Dip-Set. And then your boy, Jadakiss of the Lox, decided to have himself a moment. And about an hour or something, two into halfway through, he decided to drop this freestyle. It must have been about 50, 60 bars, you know, and he had been taunting Dip-Set about rhyming over the words, the whole verses, which they had been doing, which they admitted, you know, their response was, it's not SOBs, it's not that type of venue. That's a cop out, but, you know, okay. And that's why the result was the result. But your boy decided to have a moment. He dropped like 50, 60 bars. Something new. It was crazy. And it was a moment, definitely. And at that point, you started to feel it slipping away, I guess, if you was a Dip-Set fan. So after that point, after Jadakiss did that, from a battle standpoint, the verses, we pretty much knew that it was over. We knew we seen all we needed to see. But it was still good music, you know. And with all due respect, shout out to Dip-Set. You know, they got an old school butt whooping, but they got a couple rounds in, you know. If it was a fight, you know, a pro fight, to the magnitude of the production, I say it was probably in the 12-round fight. It was 8-4 or 7-5. Either way, unanimously, the Lox. 7 rounds to 5 favor the Lox, but it was 2 knockdowns too, with 2 knockouts. You know what I mean? But they finished the fight. You see what I'm saying? So it was that type of scenario. And the 4 or 5 rounds, whatever one you choose to give them, they was convincing. You know what I'm saying? They was convincing. So they definitely deserve to be there. So let's not take nothing from the Lox. I mean, Dip-Set, it was, a valid effort. I thought it was going to be worse, personally. But they handled their own. I think production-wise was on party. The way they lined the songs up and everything was really, really, really well done. They really didn't spare no corners. They didn't cut no corners. They took care of as much as they could. So yeah, it was amazing. Like, I'm not even giving you the play by play just for sake, because I'm late and it just wouldn't take me too long to do. But you see it. But just look at it from that vantage point. It was a masterpiece. And the showmanship, the sportsmanship, really, really went for hip hop, went for the culture. I absolutely loved it. It put me in a mode. It was entertaining. And even though it was a massacre of epic proportion from a battling standpoint, the best part about this whole versus was that at the end of the day, it was all love, and they really went in terms of the level of disrespect that they used. It was, it could have, under different circumstances, a number of times something could have popped off, but they were real professional with it, but yet still gave you the show that you deep down wanted to see in terms of the level of passion, yeah, that both groups have for hip hop and the streets and the culture and what they represent, stand for. It was that type of energy, they had in the music, and you wanted to see if it would translate, and it did. But at the end of the day, they kept it respectable, for lack of a better word, respectfully disrespectful, yeah, that was pretty much the gist. But yeah, man, it was a good night. It was a good show. Loved it. Appreciate what it did for the culture. Happy to be witnessing that in the motherland. But definitely from what I've experienced, there's an appreciation for hip hop here. Definitely. Along with reggae and R&B. They got their own thing going on too. But you definitely see all the influences all woven, interwoven, and we in hip hop culture definitely, deserve or have a seat at the table in terms of musically contributing to the whole mosaic of music. So yeah, we definitely gotta give it up to these two wonderful hip hop groups, legends in the game, potential future Hall of Famers, and they did an amazing job. Shout out again to Swiss and Timberland for the platform. This is so necessary, and at a perfect time. And it was just an honor to be able to see this in my lifetime. And it was truly piece of hip hop history. You know, to go down as one of the best showcases of the culture. That's what it is. All right. You know what to do. Check you on the next one. I'm out.